Hello, this is Rev Don Lewis coming to you from the beautiful metaverse and more specifically from beautiful Danville, Illinois, homeland of the Correllian tradition. And this is Midday with Rev Don. Welcome. And I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. And today is the day we normally talk about Correllian Publishing. Our normal guest, Chris Copeland, is on vacation. So you've just got me, as per usual. And as I was saying yesterday, I was planning to offer mini readings today, if anyone is interested in those. And of course, I will be using the Tarot of Hecate, as I commonly do. And a number of you have recently taken part in the new order for the new printing of the Tarot of Hecate, and that should arrive within a few weeks. As with our books, we are doing print to order. And so it takes a little while, but that's the only way that we really can do it, because doing some massive order is an unreachable thing for us. But ordering them in groups of, say, 10, we can do quite easily. And so if you didn't get in on that order, you can always work on getting in on the next one. And hello to Lynn in the chat room, and Lynn would like a mini reading. So I'm going to start by clearing and releasing, as I always do. I'm going to shuffle the cards for Lynn. And hello to Fox Fur Witch. It's good to see you. And hello to Arlene. It's good to see you. And ordinarily, and hello to Renee. It's good to see you, Renee. At this point, I would draw 3 cards for Lynn, but as it happens, and hello to Jade in the chat room, I had an escapee as I was shuffling, and I come from that point of view that if a card jumps out of the deck while you're shuffling, that means that's part of your reading. And in this case, it was 3 of them that came out all together. So the first card is the 5 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords is conflict. Can be inner conflict, can be outer conflict. But it basically says that the situation in which Lynn finds themselves at this time has conflict in it. And I would say, looking at the succeeding cards, it's going to be very important not to be distracted by that conflict. Do not allow the conflict to overwhelm your response to the situation. It's followed by the 9 of Lamps. The 9 of Lamps is personal achievement, personal ability, personal power. Having reached a state of high personal competence in what you're doing. So, looking at that conflict, what I would say is don't be distracted by external conflict, but focus on your own ability. You have the ability to deal with the situation quite effectively on your own. And then it's followed by the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is both the best card and the worst card in the deck in the same card, because it's called the Wish card. And it says, be careful what you're wishing for. Because what you're wishing for, which also means what you expect, is what you're going to get. So make sure both your expectation and your desire are positive. And if you do that, you will have them. And so I would say that your situation may seem like it's torn between a number of different conflicts, but it actually can be resolved through your actions in a way that is entirely consonant with what you would have as your desired result. And hello to Gwenny in the chat room. It's good to see you. And I believe the next reading is for Fox Fur Witch. And I'm going to shuffle the cards for Fox Fur Witch. And as usual, you cannot really see me shuffling, but I am. And maybe you can hear it, I'm not sure. And yes, 3 cards for Fox for Witch. You know, it's always interesting, as with the last reading for Lynn, when the cards actually jump out of the deck at you. That's not usually what happens. In this case, for Fox for Witch, we're drawing cards in a perfectly ordinary way. And we have drawn the Prince of Coins, we have drawn Strength, and we have drawn the King of Wands. And the Prince of Coins is slow but steady growth. And so I would say to Fox for Witch, the situation in which you find yourself at this time or in the immediate future, because this is a general reading, is one that's developing steadily. Not suddenly. You may want it to be sudden, but it won't. But it is coming. It's coming steadily, and you must have patience. Strength says that you have all the strength you need for this situation. You can easily have that patience and let it take the time it needs to assume the outcome that you desire. And the King of Wands is passion, and it says, yes, you feel strongly about this. You would like it to move faster, but that is not what's going to happen. And hello to Steve in the chat room. I'm going to draw one more card. We'll call this the Brian card. I've drawn the 8 of Lamps. And the 8 of Lamps is a card of, again, a card of achieving the things that you're working on. You can see the woman in the card is levitating. And this represents the point in the story where she has mastered the metaphysical arts. And it's saying, have confidence in yourself, trust yourself, and let the situation take however much time it needs, because that is what it needs. And there you go. And I believe next is Arlene. And we will do a reading for Arlene. You know, I hope everyone is having a good day. I understand we're to have a thunderstorm this afternoon, which is very welcome because it will keep the heat from rising too badly. And besides, I tend to like storms anyway. And Arlene did not have a particular question, so this will be a general reading. And once again, we shall draw 3 cards for Arlene. And we have drawn 7 of Swords, Prince of Coins again, and the 9 of Cups again. You know, I would say you can see me shuffling the cards, but actually you couldn't, but I was shuffling them. But, you know, sometimes certain cards just want to come out. 7 of Swords says that the situation in which Arlene finds herself may feel like battling uphill. It may feel like, and hello to Cheryl in the chat room, it may feel like constant effort not getting you anywhere. But that isn't necessarily so. You actually are moving up the hill. It's just taking effort. Again, the Prince of Coins is patience. You have to take the time to get up the hill. Never what anyone wants to hear, but you are having movement. You are moving forward. It's just not as quick as you would like. And the wish card says, keep your eye on that goal, keep your outlook positive, keep your expectation and your manifestation positive, and you will have a positive outcome. And there you go. And then Renee would like to know if her Facebook problems will be resolved. And hello to Amanda. in the chat room. So for Renee, I always start by taking a moment to clear the cards from the last reading and to clear myself. And then we shall shuffle for Renee. And we're shuffling specifically for her Facebook issue. And hello to Black Crystal in the chat room. It's good to see you, Black Crystal. And Arlene says, actually, this is extremely helpful. Thank you, Lord Don. I'm glad to hear that. We'll draw 3 cards for Renee and her Facebook issue. We've drawn the Queen of Swords, the Magus, and Death. So the Queen of Swords is past experience. And it says that in dealing with this issue, you want to use the knowledge you already have. And I would almost go so far as to say that the actions that are necessary may already have been largely taken. Because the Queen of Swords is often about the past, about learning from the past. It also says make sure that whatever led to the problems cannot be repeated. Make sure that you are doing whatever is necessary to safeguard the future. The Magus is the ability to work your will in the situation. So I would say yes. The situation will be resolved. The Magus basically says take the actions that you need to take. You will get the result that you need to get. And Death is change and transformation. And it says basically you're already there or almost there. So yes, it will be resolved, not terribly far in the future. That is what I would be inclined to see. And thank you. And then Cheryl Scott Ferguson, it's good to see you, would like to know about her health. And in a general way, I shall read for that. Now, obviously, my tarot reading is not going to give you medical advice, nor should it. That you want to go to medical people for. But to speak generally about the situation, we have the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Lamps, and the Four of Wands. And I'm pleased to see these are all new cards for today. And hello to Leo in the chat room. The Eight of Wands says that whatever you're asking about in this health realm, things are going to develop rapidly. It's not going to be a long, drawn-out situation. Things will move with some speed. And hello to Christine in the chat room. It's good to see you, Christine. It's followed by the Four of Wands, which is achieving something that you've worked for. So I would say if there's a problem here of some sort, you're very close to resolving it. Or if it's a question of a problem, I would say you're close to a positive answer. And finally, we have the Queen of Lamps. The Queen of Lamps is magic. And the Queen of Lamps says that if you're in doubt, use your manifestational, your magical ability on the situation. Work for the positive outcome you want. All things together, I would say that you should get a positive outcome and it should come relatively quickly. And of course, I'm reading generally. I don't actually know the situation, but that's what I get. And that looks pretty good to me. And then Amanda would like a mini reading. And I'm glad that people enjoy these mini readings. I find them a good thing to do when Chris is on vacation. And every now and then, and if you'd like to get an actual reading with me, Oh, and Cheryl says, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. If you'd like to get a full reading with me, you can book one at CorrellianPublishing.com. Or you can instant message me on Facebook or write to me at donlewishp@aol.com and set one up. And I am available for full-length readings at your convenience, or at least at mutual convenience. And if you're in the Danville area, even an in-person reading can be done. And for Amanda, we shall draw 3 cards. And the cards we draw are Ace of Wands, 6 of Cups, and 2 of Wands. So the Ace of Wands says that the situations in which Amanda finds herself at this time are things that she will have a lot of passion for. Things that are very important to her, things she really wants to be doing and to be involved in. The 6 of Cups says that past influences are very important in these situations. Might be working with someone you've known in the past, might be returning to something you've done in the past. Not unlike my returning to reading. For many years, I was only available to read for charitable events, and now I'm going back to reading more commonly. This may be something that you previously did, could be a person you previously worked with, but past influences will be important in the future. And the 10 of Wands says, whatever this situation is that you feel strongly about and that involves past influences is also not quite here. It's almost here. And it's going to involve letting go of the old to embrace the new. When the time is right, you will release your old situations. And hello to Reverend Eric in the chat room. It's good to see you, Reverend Eric. You will release the old situations to make way for the new situations. So you're on the edge of a major transformation that you feel very strongly about, but you're not quite there yet. And there we go. And Renee says, thank you, that was excellent. I'm glad to hear that. And Leo would like a reading. So let us do a reading for Leo. We're shuffling the cards. Oh, you can actually see them this time. I'm not quite sure why that is. Because the camera has not moved. And we shall draw 3 cards for Leo. And I want to remind you, if you enjoy this kind of mini reading program, tomorrow night will be Tarot Thursday on Divination TV with Reverend Mary Hawk, and I believe with Reverend Brian Ellicott. And if you are not able to get your mini reading today, you can get it then. And Friday night will be the premiere of Paranormal Friday, which should be quite interesting now. For Leo, our first card is the 6 of Cups, followed by the 10 of Coins, followed by the Emperor. So once again, the 6 of Cups represents past influences. So whatever Leo is dealing with now and in the immediate future is going to have to do with past influences. Could be people from the past, could be situations from the past. Could even be feelings from the past. At the same time, we have the Ten of Coins, which says that, everything in the present should be fine. Ten of Coins is happiness, a strong base, a strong foundation in life. And so I would say that those past influences, whatever they are not disrupting the present, or should not. The present looks very firmly rooted. And then we have the Emperor. And the Emperor, to me, represents cycles. The Emperor reminds us that however things are, they must change. And it is important to remember what is the line from one of the rituals I commonly do, that when the rose smells sweetest, it's already rotting, and the flower will soon fall off. That's not bad. It just means life goes on. So whatever the situation is, whatever those past situations that you're dealing with or about to deal with are, remember, life is a process. It's a journey. Change will come. It always comes. But your foundation is strong. So those changes should not be, I would not think, terribly disruptive. And I'm going to draw one more card for you. And I've drawn the King of Lamps. And the King of Lamps is meditation. So it says that in dealing with the things that you're dealing with, remember to meditate, maintain a strong, healthy link to your higher self, and you should be good. And then we have probably our last reading for today, Christine Higginbotham. And good to see you, Christine. Amanda says, thank you, Amanda. And Arlene says, I saw your vlog this morning on the blood link. Thank you for bringing them back. And yes, we are bringing back the best of Rev Don's vlog. And you can, I've started bringing them back from the year 12 Aquarius, or 2012 AD. They go back considerably farther than that, but I thought that was far enough. And you can see the old questions and enjoy them. And they are airing at 5 a.m. On our various platforms, but they should be available throughout the day, so you can watch them at your convenience. And the very first one was called One Wand to Rule Them All, and it was followed by Blood Bond 2. And I always did rather like the colorful names. And now for Christine, we shall shuffle the cards. And Leo says, how are the pre-orders looking for the Hecate deck? I would expect that they should have arrived within about 10 weeks, I would guess. It is dependent on that international shipping and also the vagaries of the company that's making them, which is not in the US because we can't afford that. But they should be here soon. So if you've ordered one, which I'm assuming you must have, it is on its way. It will be here soon. And I'm quite happy to have them coming back. And although we have made that first order, if you're interested in getting them, you can continue to order them toward the next order, which will also go in at 10. Or at least that's the plan. And Leo says, awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Leo. And we shall draw 3 cards for Christine. And that will be the last reading we're going to have time for today, because we're down to just a few minutes left. But I hope that you've enjoyed this broadcast. And I hope that the readings have been helpful for you. Because, what else is the purpose of doing them? And, if you were watching my program the last couple of days, you'll know one of the things I've been talking about is to make sure that the things you do have purpose and that it's a good purpose. Um, don't just fritter away your energies. And doing readings is all about trying to help people in their situations. And hopefully, this is helpful to you. We shall draw 3 cards for Christine. And here they come. 3 cards for Christine. First card. Oh, and we've accidentally got 2 of them, the Prince of Wands and the Six of Wands. Followed by the Five of Swords. Followed by the King of Wands. So lots of wands going on. The first card, the Prince of Wands, actually speaks directly to what I was just saying about, oh, and hello to Joanne in the chat room. And Joanne says, always enjoy seeing you. Thank you, Joanne. The Prince of Wands says, be careful not to dissipate your energy. Try to use as much focus as you can. Right at this moment, you may be having trouble focusing. But it's followed by the Six of Wands, which is victory. And it says that, yeah, you may be having a little trouble focusing just at this moment, but you're in a good, strong, victorious type of position, a place where you would want to be. It's followed by the Five of Swords, which says, yes, that's true, but you may have mixed feelings about it at the same time, or it may be causing conflict around you. Do not let that conflict distract you, but focus your energies, as we were just saying with the Prince of Wands, and focus on your own good position. And finally, the King of Wands, which is passion. And it says, be passionate about what you're doing. Be passionate, stay focused, and everything should work out well. And there you go. And that brings us to the last couple of minutes of our broadcast. And so I want to thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a lovely day. And this has been fun. And so now let us close with our prayer, as we always do. But once again, if you'd like to get a full-length reading with me, you can do that through CorrellianPublishing.com. You can also do it through DivinationTV.com. And Christine says, awesome, thank you. Yes, indeed. I'm glad it was good. And with that, let us close with our prayer, as we always do. Divine Mother Goddess, Divine Father God, beloved ancestors, we thank you for all that you do for us in our lives. We rejoice in your presence in our lives. We ask you to help us to always make the best of our situations and to listen to the guidance of Spirit and our higher selves as we go through life, to help us to learn our lessons and make our path a little easier. Beloved Mother Goddess, beloved Father God, beloved ancestors, we thank you for this and everything you do for us, and for walking this path together with us, though we know you are always with us. Still, from respect, we thank you for your presence, and may you be blessed now and always. I thank you for your presence. May you be blessed.